What's goody? Hey man, so today we got a quiz for y'all. I think this will be a really fun one. I don't really think I've ever done anything similar to this at all, and I don't really know how hard or easy this quiz is going to be. So I think this should be a really fun one. This is guess the NBA player stat line, where each clue shows you a real stat line from an NBA game. You get the date, opponent, and numbers, but you have to I almost just died. But you have to name the player. No trick question, just unforgettable performances and legendary nights from NBA history. So, hey, man, let's go ahead. Let's do it. This says this is a... Bro, am I not logged in? I am. I just don't have a Sporcle orange, so I guess they're calling me broke. Okay, for sure. That's not disrespectful at all. 20 points, 20 rebounds. So, a 20-20-20 game. I feel like this was Russell Westbrook. There haven't been many of these throughout history, and I feel like the only one I remember recently was Russell Westbrook. Okay, cool. 30 points. This has to be Wilt. Man, but I could see low key though. But you see, the thing is, like, that could be a David Robinson. I think David Robinson's, if he's on here, is probably gonna be like a quadruple double. But Shaq, like, that could be Shaq. I just don't remember. Did I ever hear Shaq get 40 boards? Have I ever heard of Bill Russell getting 40 boards? I don't know. This is the quadruple double. I'm telling you right now, that's got to be David Robinson. That's at boards, not assist. Okay, I was about to say, if there's a 30 assist game in here, I know that's Scott Skiles. I think this is absolutely David Robinson. Luka never did this. Yep, see, I told you. 4 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 steals, and 5 blocks. This has got to be Draymond. The only people I could think this would be Draymond or Bill Russell. And I just don't think Bill Russell in the 60s had a 4-point game, bro. But that could be Bill Russell, so we move. This is Scott Skiles with 30 assists. Let me make sure there's no other game on here that has 30 assists. But I don't even need to make sure. That's Scott Skiles. I'm about to say he's the only person to ever get 30 assists, I think. That's Kobe Bryant with 81 points. Very obvious. This has got to be Wilt Chamberlain. No, wait. Joel Embiid had 70 or 73. Or did Luka have 73? Oh my goodness. This is tough. One of them had 70. One of them had 73. I think Embiid had 73 on Wemby. No, this is Embiid because Luka didn't have 18 boards with his. This is Embiid. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's Wilt Chamberlain. So that 100-point game is Wilt. Okay, cool. So I'm 99% sure this is Luka Doncic. That's what I'm talking about. 62 points and 13 boards. I don't know, but I will tell you right now, this has to be Draymond Green. Yeah, okay. 62 points, 13 boards, and absolutely nothing else. I could see this being Melo, dude. I think Melo's career high is 62. Melo was never getting 40 boards. This is Melo. Now, which one of these is Shaq, dude? Did Shaq get 8 assists and 8 blocks? Shaq didn't get 8 assists and 8 blocks. And Shaq did not get 9 assists and 8 blocks. I can tell you right now, there is absolutely no way that Shaquille O'Neal got 9 assists and 8 blocks. This is Bill Russell. Wow. Dang, dude. Wow. Wait, what? How is that wrong? I need y'all to tell me. Wow, man. Wow. I'm actually low key extremely upset right now. Um, so you're telling me that Shaq had that 8 assist game? You're telling me that Shaq had... Yeah, wow. So Shaq had a game with 8 blocks and 9 assists. Okay, honestly, let me make sure I was recording that because I just got a weird feeling that I wasn't. I was. That quiz low-key went by like crazy fast. Like, I thought since it was 10 questions, it was going to take me a couple seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and do this next quiz, I guess, because like I had planned on these being 2 different videos, and that's why in the beginning of the video I low-key stuttered a little bit. But this is a 25-minute quiz. Well, let's lock in. Let's have fun. Can you name the NBA starting 5 each season by... See, I don't even know how to exactly describe what win shares are, so we just go ahead and we do this. Basically, the higher your win shares, the better you are, plus the better your team is, basically. It's like a good way to measure how valuable a guy is and also how good his team is. So, like, obviously, Gilgeous Alexander is going to be here for this, and then it's going to be Halliburton, Houston Sengun. We are going to have Amen Thompson. We are going to have... Are you joking? Dylan Brooks. This is this year. I'm sorry. I thought that was last year. I'm tripping. I was about to say, are you serious right now? Anthony Edwards. Nikola Jokic. Julius Randle? Wow. Shout out to Julius Randle, I guess. Jason Tatum right there. Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic is obviously going to be here. And then is this De'Aaron Fox? This has got to be, yeah. This is Sabonis. I low-key thought it might be Sabonis because I think this is the type of thing, this is the type of stat where, like, big men or, like, guys who get a lot of stats, like, if you fill up the stat sheet a lot, I think this is the type of thing where, like, you're kind of a more favorite player in this with that stuff. But maybe I'm wrong because I see Dame here a lot. And Dame was more of a points guy, not normally, like, a fill up the stat sheet kind of. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not very well versed in this stat or how it works, but I just, like, I understand when people bring it up, kind of what they're trying to tell me, but I just don't really, like, understand exactly how it's calculated. So you gotta forgive me for that. Miami is Jimmy Butler. Atlanta is going to be Trae Young. Philadelphia is going to be Joel Embiid. Utah is going to be Donovan Mitchell. It's Gobert. Oh wow. Lakers is going to be LeBron James. Lakers is going to be Anthony Davis. Houston is going to be James Harden. OKC is going to be Russell Westbrook. OKC is going to be Paul George. Minnesota is going to be Karl Anthony Towns. San Antonio is going to be Kawhi Leonard. Shout out Kawhi Leonard, man. Me and the homies were just talking about how Kawhi Leonard is, like, at his peak when he's healthy, is arguably the most complete basketball player of all time. I don't think there's a more complete player of all time outside of LeBron James, but Kawhi is probably number 2 when we're talking about fully healthy. You don't want to see that man Kawhi, bro. Blake Griffin. So shout out to Kawhi. One of those players that I feel like when we are growing, when we're old, our kids might not have the same love for Kawhi that you and I do because they're going to look at his career stats and they're going to be like, nah, there's no way. And we're just going to have to kind of be like, dude, trust me. And that's tough because they're not going to trust us. Because we didn't trust them. Or, I mean, maybe as kids we believed it, but, like, now we get older, we start looking at the footage. We're like, man, these guys weren't that nice. And to them, while Kawhi Leonard will look better because, like, there's only so far that we can go with them in terms of human skill with the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be like leaps and bounds. I don't think when my kids are my age that the league is going to be leaps and bounds ahead of where it is right now skill wise. The way that I believe this league currently is leaps and bounds ahead of the league that I grew up watching when it comes to skill wise, just overall, just on average. Okay, so that's not Carmelo Anthony. So that's gonna be Amari Stoudemire. I'm just over here yapping, bro. Who? Who? Wow, that's insane. I did not expect that. Dwayne Wade. Orlando's got to be Dwight Howard, obviously. Utah over here is going to be Darren Williams. Shout out Darren Williams. Lakers here is going to be Kobe Bryant, obviously. Phoenix here is going to be MVP Steve Nash, obviously. There's going to be Dirk. Shout out another legend right there. Not Tim Duncan, so it's going to be Tony Parker. I guess Tim Duncan. I didn't yet. Okay, I was about to say that because that doesn't make sense. Detroit Billups. Yes, wow. Minnesota Garnett. Houston over here. This is going to be Tracy McGrady. Minnesota over here. This is going to be Sam Cassell. Wow. Chris Webber. Stojakovic. Wow, I actually didn't really expect that. Is he still here? No, he's not. He might be, though. He might still be here. He's not. Utah. Kirilenko? Oh, got that right. Phoenix. If it's not Nash, if it's not Stoudemire, it's got to be Sean Marion. And then Seattle's got to be Gary Payton still. Boston's going to be Antoine Walker? Or, it's not Antoine Walker. I know y'all can hear that, Miss Rachel, but it's not Antoine Walker. Is that Shaq? That's Shaq for them. For Toronto, that's going to be Vince Carter. For Milwaukee at this time, dude, is that Ray Allen? That is Ray Allen. For Houston at this time, is that Yao Ming? That's not Yao Ming. Houston, Olajuwon still? Not Olajuwon anymore, okay. Is Pippen still there? Is Barkley still there? I'm trying to think of guys they had in the 90s that could still just be there as they were getting older. But, like Olajuwon was on the Raptors at this point, maybe. Kenny Smith was on... No, dude, I'm thinking too old, I think. Like, this has got to be... I low-key can't think of any of the Rockets from this time, and that's going to upset me because I'm only missing these 3 names right here. So let's lock in Boston. If it's not Antoine Walker, I feel like I'm thinking... I feel like whoever I'm thinking of is like, gotta be with that mold, though, right? I don't know, bro. I feel like it's really easy to always mess up like Miss Celtic legends because they have so many damn players, bro. Like they have so many players. Like I'm guessing 80s guys right now. What are we doing? Let's lock in. This is Boston before they have Kevin Garnett. Is Paul Pierce in the league? I didn't guess Paul Pierce because I didn't think he was in the league yet, but it's obviously Paul Pierce. I'm really glad that I just didn't let that slip my mind because if I would have got to the end of this quiz and not guessed Paul Pierce, I would have been so upset. Wow, they gave us 25 minutes for this quiz, and we obviously don't need all that. Houston. Obviously not, right? Obviously not. Just like obviously. You gotta forgive me, bro. It's like 7:45 as I record this video, so my brain's not all the way even on yet. I'm still tired. Clippers. Elton Brand? There we go. Okay, Houston. I feel like I just had a thought coming on my mind. Steve Francis? Something about that, man. Like, I mean, hey, I'm taking 100%, but the average score is a 98. Okay, so I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Yeah, I'm not impressed at all. The average score is literally a 98. The one that people miss the most is like, yeah, I'm not. Wow. Okay, well. That was anticlimactic, low-key. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching as always, man. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if y'all enjoyed the video. Please hit me up. Let me know what type of content y'all want to see on the channel. With the NBA being off and everything like that, there just hasn't been a lot of stuff for me to talk about. So with the NBA getting back into the swing of things, that'll obviously help with that. But just let me know what type of content y'all want to see. I do not want this channel to get boring or anything like that. And y'all have been showing me so much love, so much support. Even the people who've been critical, I love you and I appreciate you too, because that helps me. And that also is like sometimes where y'all be critical, I'll be like, you know, you might have a point. So, you know, I appreciate all the comments, all the support we're getting, even if it's criticism or whatever. Please don't forget to keep God first, man, especially in these times we're going through right now, all right? I'm praying for each and every one of y'all. I love y'all. Peace out.